Well, hello, I have fantastic news. I'm finally in Hong Kong. After an epic journey, several delays, so many canceled flights, I'm finally here. Nearly a year and a half later. I got my contract last year, and then COVID hit, and then restarting has just been a journey. So I'm going to tell you all about the process of getting here. I'm just so grateful to finally be here. I am currently in my quarantine room in Hong Kong. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Dani. I'm a professional dancer and I'm currently working on a cruise ship. I started these vlogs just to give a little more insight about what life is like on board. So welcome to Life at Sea with Dani Lee. If you are up to date on my ship vlogs that I have started, this is the third one. The last one that I posted covered our time in Cyprus, where a lot of the crew gathered in one spot. Since we couldn't fly directly from the United States to Hong Kong, we had to consolidate ourselves in one place for at least 21 days, and then we could fly from there to Hong Kong. But what I did not mention in that vlog is that we faced another delay. We were all packed up, ready to leave. We had our tests, we quarantined, and there was another issue with regulations, and Hong Kong did not let us get on our flight. So we were stuck there for 2 more weeks, which I didn't end up vlogging because it was the same thing that I had been doing and already filmed. And then we finally were able to get on a flight from Cyprus to Doha, and then we were supposed to go from Doha to Hong Kong. We had a 9-hour layover in Doha, but it got extended because there was a typhoon happening in Hong Kong and we did not make our connection flight. It was canceled, so we had to wait yet again nearly 56 hours of traveling just to get to Hong Kong, and then it's a whole nother story once we arrived as far as COVID regulations go. So let's jump into that. One of the many required documents to get into Hong Kong is a negative PCR test. So the cruise line made arrangements for us to have PCR testing done in our hotel a few days before departure, and then we were able to pack our bags and get on a bus and head for the airport. We're on a bus! We're on a bus! We're on a bus! We're on a bus!
We're on a bus! We're on a bus!
So once we got to Qatar, we got off the plane and we knew we had a 9-hour layover with plenty of time to kill. But during that layover, we learned that our flight was actually canceled, so we became a little bit too acquainted with the Doha International Airport. We were lucky to have access to the Mariners Lounge, so we were able to shower and enjoy a little bit of free food. Where are we going, Pete?
Are we on the vlog?
Well, yeah.
I'm trying to call my mom.
Oh.
Let me give you my good side. I'm trying to call my mom.
We all just showered.
Shower time.
Despite appearances and our optimistic attitudes, I will say the sleeping arrangements were not pleasant. It was so hard. I don't think any of us got a wink of sleep, and the tile floor was freezing cold. It's now been 36 hours since we arrived in Doha and got delayed. Woon just reminded me that it's actually been 48 hours since we left. 36 hours in the Doha airport, but 48 hours total since we left Cyprus. We were all exhausted. We weren't even sure if we were going to be able to get on the next flight because the delay caused our PCR test to then be expired. But the company was able to work something out with the Hong Kong government to allow our entry. Wow! Oh my gosh! Who is she? We're still here. Yeah, still here. Just trying to survive. Hey guys, this is my roommate. First time introducing her as that. She bought the speaker sunglasses. Oh my gosh. If you haven't heard of these sunglasses, they are speakers in the sunglasses. We're losing our minds, and this is proof. I also spent more than what I think is necessary on some airport goods, including comfort food, little gifts for my family. I'll show you later on because I don't want them to see yet, and Skittles. We were told to get new boarding passes and a disruption letter. So we exited the airport security to come to this desk here, and there's no one here to help us. So I guess we go back. The stress squad. They gave us meal vouchers, but it took several trips to the customer service desk and a lot of waiting to eventually actually get the vouchers to work, because every time we tried to use them, they would fail. So it literally took us hours just to get a meal. How's everybody doing? Jeremy, what's up?
Hi, how are you?
And despite the long layover, many hours in the Doha International Airport, we were able to board our flight and head to Hong Kong. Finally touched down in Hong Kong. I was almost in tears on the plane. Like, once it took off from Qatar, because it's just been such a long journey, I was just feeling so much gratitude. I could cry. And also I had the entire row to myself, and for a red-eye flight, that is ideal. I was able to sleep like 6 out of 8 hours. I was so thankful. I was also really impressed with the airline's preventative measures as far as COVID-19 goes. Everything was really clean. They provided hand sanitizer, and when they brought meals around, they actually only fed us by a certain number of rows. That way we didn't all take off our masks to eat at once. Then we finally made it to Hong Kong, and that is where the process, you'd think that was the end, like we'd go from there to our quarantine hotel, but no, that is where the process began. Anyone traveling to Hong Kong has to do this 2-week quarantine in one of the designated hotel facilities, regardless of whether you've tested positive or negative for COVID-19 and regardless of vaccination status. It's just one of the requirements for anyone entering the country. So once we landed in Hong Kong, just getting there, we had to present a ton of documents before boarding the plane. There was 2 document checks for the same documents. We had to have our negative PCR test, our vaccination card, our passport, our hotel confirmation booking, and just a ton of documents that proved we were allowed to be entering Hong Kong, especially during these COVID-19 times. So once we got there, we landed, and our crew staff, the cruise ship staff, had signs like welcoming us. We all got off the plane and we went to a little check-in where we got a sticker with a number, and we got new documents that we carried with us. We had to stand in the longest line. It was like 2 hours. Hong Kong Airport dedicated a terminal specifically to this COVID regulation system that they're doing. They dedicated a terminal just for COVID. So we got off the plane, we stood in line. We haven't even gotten our luggage yet. We just got off the plane. We had to fill out a declaration to get ourselves a QR code that we would present later to the authorities. Stood in a line to get our PCR test. Once we arrived, we had to get a test right there in the airport, and the line was so long it snaked back and forth all through this terminal. Then we went to these little cubicles where we got tested. They gave us these little lanyards, and they have the barcode that matches our PCR test, as well as this sticker that they gave us earlier so they could find our name on a list. And then this is where they wrote our designated desk area where we sat and waited for our results. And then once we got our results, we went to another desk and waited another line where they wrote the line we had to get into to get on the shuttle to take us to the proper designated hotel facility. And then they pushed us through to another line where we waited to get our documents checked, and they printed us off a QR code and like a vaccination record that proves we are allowed to be here. And then they also warned us that if we don't complete our 2-week quarantine in these hotels, that we could go to 6 months in jail, 6 months imprisonment, or have to pay a $25,000 fine. Then we went to another holding area where we proceeded to wait, and they continued to shuffle us through another line. We then had to go to a little table where they gave us a meal, a sandwich, and some snacks, and sent us to a designated desk where we had to sit and wait for our PCR results, which takes anywhere from 6 to 8 hours. At this point, we had already been in the airport for about 4 hours. So another 4 hours later, waiting in these little desk cubicle areas, we finally got our test results, and the entire crew that was traveling together, all 40 plus of us, were negative. And then we were finally able to leave.
So we thought.
We gather all our things from the desk area and we proceed to get our baggage, and we have to wait in yet another line to go through customs. where they check our passport and they check our letter of employment. Finally, we pushed through there and we gather our bags. They gave us little sanitizing wipes so we could wipe them down. And then we go and get in yet another line. I swear by the end, it was like Disneyland, but there were no roller coasters. I was waiting in lines to get in lines to get in lines. But all worth it because I'm finally here, and as soon as this quarantine ends, I get to go to the ship. So we finally get our luggage, we get in another line, they check our PCR test paper. They gave us a paper that confirmed that we were negative and we were good to go, and they checked that paper so many times, including leaving, including getting in the line, including arriving at the hotel. So we got in lines to get on shuttle buses where they did a quick spray down of us to disinfect us. They ran us onto the bus, quick. It was like 10 hours of waiting in the airport. And then the last 10 minutes were like pure chaos. They were like, go, get in the elevator, go, down, get on the bus, go, get out to the hotel. And we were like, what just happened? Like, it's 2 a.m. and we're like just losing our minds. So we finally got on the shuttle. It took us to the hotel and we exited. We got in another line to check into the hotel, and that was the last line we had to get in. Once we finally checked in, we showed them our booking. They escorted us to our room really quickly, handed us a dinner, and shoved us in the elevator quick. And on the way up here, there are signs everywhere reading a warning sign that we cannot leave until our quarantine is finished and completed. Everywhere. Oh my gosh. All right, so it is almost 2 p.m. I woke up an hour ago. I haven't done anything with my bags. I really like to organize and tidy up, but I was just so exhausted because we got here at like 3 a.m. This is a look at the bathroom. I'm going to be wearing this robe for the next 2 weeks. Actually, there's another one, so we can trade it out. And there's these cute little slippers. I need to reorganize this, see if I can flip one of these beds up so that I can have a workout space. So far, they brought me breakfast, but I went back to sleep. I just opened it, but an hour ago they brought me lunch. You'll get more sneak peeks of the meals. This is what lunch looks like, breakfast. And then I was just about to eat, and for some reason they brought me yet another meal. It's not even 3 p.m. We haven't even been here like 12 hours yet. And they brought me another meal, so I know dinner is coming later. So we're all good in the food department. Great. I'm gonna have to do this little specimen collection kit. And then they gave us a testing schedule. So for right now, got some disinfecting wipes. That's great. For right now, I'm going to reorganize my life and tidy up, and I will check back in with you guys. So that's where we're at. I was unpacking some of my things and I noticed that they were a little damp, but I was happy because they were all in a plastic bag. But then I noticed, why was it still wet? So I filled the bag up, and for some reason, this would explain why, despite my items were in a plastic bag, surrounding items still got damp. All right, so I have reorganized so that I have a little more space. By the way, this was a pillow from my fiance. I think it's hilarious. Some people think it's creepy. I love it. He gifted it to me so that I could have something to cuddle when we're apart. I think it's adorable. Anyways, I reorganized, and now I have space. I ended up putting the bed up against the wall, and then the extra bed frame I put here so that I still had room to walk through here. I've got my suitcases, which I really don't need stuff from them since I'm going to be living in this robe. But I do have them out so that I can access toiletry items and, you know, my watercolors and reading books and socks, etc. So then this is where I will be eating most of my meals and doing crafts, journaling. This is the view. Then this space here that we're standing in, they actually gave us a workout mat, which is awesome. I will be using this to conduct my rehearsals and work out. And then this is my charging station. So pretty much all organized now. This is where I wake up. I'm going to do my temperature checks here. Zippy ties are for the trash. When we are done, we have to zippy tie it up and put it outside the door. This is our first test that I will be doing tomorrow. And then I created my own laundry hamper from the clothes that I traveled in. Other than that, I won't have much laundry to do. My things laid out. This is where we're at. More to come. During quarantine here, they're bringing us meals 3 times a day. Sometimes we even get like a little snack in the middle of the day. The meals overall are pretty great. You can also order food through delivery apps if you prefer. Woon, one of my friends who works in the casino on board, showed me Food Panda, and there's also Deliveroo, which work really well. I've had McDonald's, bubble tea, and even ice cream sent to my room because 2 weeks is a long time. I was also able to order on Amazon very easily. I placed my order when I first arrived. That way I could ensure that my packages would be delivered on time within the 2-week time frame of us being here in quarantine. Also, when I was searching items on Amazon, I was sure to change the location to Hong Kong. That way I could see what items were available online at no extra shipping cost. Otherwise, the shipping prices were through the roof. We have to take our temperature twice daily, once in the morning, once at night, and record it in a booklet that they gave us at the airport, as well as the thermometer that they gave us at the airport. They come and do a PCR test. The first day we had to do a saliva test ourselves and leave it outside. Then every 3 or 4 days they come and they do a PCR test where they have a machine that blows the air in to keep all of your germs contained in your room. They'll do a quick nasal swab, a throat swab, and then they will move on to the next room. So that pretty much wraps it up. We just have to survive a few more days here in quarantine, a couple more PCR tests, and then we'll be on our way to the ship. If you're wondering what I've been up to this whole time, here is a short video montage of my quarantine activities the past 2 weeks. Thank you. Hi, I was just wondering if I could get some more water. This insane dream that I went shopping and I found these high fashion boots and I wanted them so badly, but they were $5,000. It's art. And this is Dani, our company manager. We're neighbors once again. We were neighbors in Cyprus. He is literally right there. gifted to me before I left. It's like a little sewing activity. This is the stuffing to put inside these little chickens because I have chickens. So shout out Michael and Emily. I'm going to work on this now. I've been saving it for this quarantine, so yay. Quarantine really hasn't been that bad, and I know that it's all going to be worth it once I make it to the ship. That will be featured in my next vlog. I will say the one thing that I do miss most of all is just having sunshine and access to fresh air. I didn't realize how much I love being outside until it was taken away from me. But regardless, I'm optimistic and really enjoying my time. I can't wait to get on the ship. So it was a long process to get here, but I'm so grateful to be here. It is so surreal. I can't wait to start rehearsing with the rest of the cast. It's gonna be go, go, go to get the show together, to get costumes fitted, so that we can knock out rehearsals and start performing for guests because they are currently on board. And I'm anxious to be on board with them, and I'm anxious to get back to performing. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next vlog. To everyone back home, I just wanted to take a minute to tell you that I love you and I miss you. Huge shout out to Tegan. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Love you lots. Mom and Dad, miss you guys. Thanks for the support, and please give my love to all the animals. And to my students, I miss teaching you and seeing your faces every day. Thanks again for watching and for all the support, you guys. Last but not least, once I get to the ship, I'll mainly be communicating through WhatsApp, so if you'd like to talk to me more frequently, please feel free to reach out to me on there, and have a fantastic week. Doo-dee-doo. Doo-doo. Hi.
1, 2,